Okay, take two, and hopefully I won't have any problems as I did on the first video, which I have to take down. Anyway, welcome, baseball fans. Big Al here on this Wednesday, July 26th, 2023. And welcome to your. Since I didn't record a video yesterday, I was supposed to recap the Monday schedule and look ahead to Tuesday. Apologies for that. We will be recapping the scores from Major League Baseball from both Monday and Tuesday. And we'll look ahead to today's action in the majors. And there are a couple games underway right now, and a few more about to start here shortly. And before we get into our recap and preview of Major League Baseball, the football content will be ramping up here in the next few months, over the next few months. Both the preseason coaches poll and preseason AP poll will be released in the coming weeks. I'll also be doing my NFL preview where I predict every team's record, win the Super Bowl and whatnot, all that. I'll be doing that on August 10th, so join me for that. And then during the season, we will be having our weekly college football and NFL previews with all my picks and everything, and power rankings, all that good stuff. That drops on Thursday. On Tuesdays, we'll be doing the week that was, as we recap every game from the previous week in the NFL and unveil my new power rankings. That's on Tuesday. On Mondays, with the exception of week 1, which will be Tuesday, we will take a look at the latest college football rankings. So the new AP and coaches poll are both released on Mondays. With the exception of week 1, they're released on Tuesdays. So yeah, a lot of football talk coming for the 2023 season over the coming months. So join me all season long, get your football fix. That being said, let's now jump right in to the Monday and Tuesday Major League Baseball review. And we're going to start with the games on Monday. There were 10 games on Monday, beginning with the Detroit Tigers beating the San Francisco Giants 5-1. Skubal takes the win for Detroit. He's 1-1. Rod Stripling is the losing pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. 0-4 is his record. The Orioles edge out the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park 3-2. Baker wins for Baltimore 4-3. Craig Kimbrel, the closer for the Phillies, takes the loss. He's 6-2. Perez with his first save. It was the Rockies 10, the Nationals 6. Kaufman wins for Colorado 1-3. Patrick Corbin takes the loss for Washington 6-11. It was Scarborough wins for Kansas City. He's 3-5. Allen takes the loss for Cleveland. He's 4-3. Barlow is 12th save. It was the Twins taking down the Mariners in 10 innings 4-3. Lopez wins for Minnesota. He's 4-2. Sewell takes the loss for Seattle. He's 3-1. In a high-scoring affair, the Astros outlasted the Rangers 10-9. Presley wins for Houston. He's 3-2. Speeds takes the loss for Texas 0-2. In the battle for Milwaukee, he's 5-2. Diaz takes the loss 3-2. The Cardinals take down the ice-cold Diamondbacks 10-6. Gallegos wins for St. Louis. He's 2-4. Andrew Chafin takes the loss for Arizona. His record drops to 2-3. Pirates double up the Padres 8-4. Priester wins for Pittsburgh. He is 1-1. Yu Darvish takes the loss for San Diego. He's now 7-7. And in 11 innings, it was the Blue Jays over the Dodgers 6-3. Jackson wins for Toronto. He's 3-0. Bickford, the loss for LA. He's 2-3. Romano, his 28th save. Those were your scores from Monday. Now to your scores from yesterday. In 10 innings, the Angels beat the Tigers 7-6. Estevez wins for LA 4-1. Lang takes the loss for Detroit 5-3. Luke with his first save. Phillies over the Orioles 4-3. Marte wins for Philadelphia 1-1. Kano takes the loss for Baltimore 1-2. It was the Rays beating the Marlins 4-1. Tyler Glasnow with the victory for Tampa Bay. He is now 4-3. Cabrera takes the loss for Miami 5-6. Fairbanks' 12th save. In game 1 of the Subway Series, it was the Mets tripling up the Yankees 9-3. Justin Verlander wins for the Mets. He's 5-5. And then Herman, who pitched that perfect game back on July 24th for the Yankees, takes the loss. He's 5-7. Nationals edged out the Rockies 6-5. Farrer gets the win for Washington 1-0. Lawrence takes the loss for Colorado. He is 3-4. Finnegan with his 14th save for the Nationals. Guardians take down the Royals 5-1. Savali wins for Cleveland 4-2. Zach Greinke takes yet another loss for Kansas City. He's now 1-11. Red Sox pound the Braves 7-1. Nick Pivetta wins for Boston. He's 7-5. Charlie Morton takes the loss for Atlanta. His record is now 10-8. It was the Mariners over the Twins 9-7. Brash wins for Seattle. He's 5-3. Ortega takes the loss for Minnesota 0-1. Sewell with his 20th save. Astros edge past the Rangers 4-3. France gets the win for Houston 4-3, or rather 6-3. Rodriguez takes the loss for Texas 0-1. Presley his 24th save. Then you have the Battle of the Windy City with the Northsiders beating the Southsiders. It was the Cubs 7 and the White Sox 3. Kyle Hendricks wins for the Chi Sox, or rather the Cubs. He's 4-4. Kopech takes the loss for the Chi Sox. He's 4-9. Alzoli with his 10th save for the Cubbies. Reds edge the Brewers 4-3. Abbott wins for Cincinnati 6-2. Burns takes the loss for Milwaukee 9-6. Diaz's 30th save. Diamondbacks finally snapped that 5-game losing streak and beat the Cardinals 3-1. Nelson wins for Arizona. He's 5-2. Romero drops his first game of the season for St. Louis. He's 2-1 with the loss. Ginkgo, his 3rd save. It was the Padres hammering the Pirates 5-1. Blake Snell goes to 7-8 with the win. Rich Hill takes the loss for Pittsburgh. His record drops to 7-10. In the Bay Area series, it was the Giants edging out the A's 2-1. Rogers wins for San Francisco 4-4. Ersig takes the loss for Oakland 2-2. Duvall his 31st save. And quite a nice gesture from this game as the Giants fans and A's fans unite with one another in a movement called Reunite the Bay. And this is in an attempt to keep the Athletics in Oakland. Although it's looking pretty certain that the A's will leave the East Bay and move to Las Vegas. And then the final game from last night was a 10-inning final as the Dodgers walked off the Blue Jays 8-7. Garrettall gets the win for Los Angeles. He's 4-2. White takes the loss for Toronto. His record drops to 0-1. All right, so that's your recap of Monday and Tuesday. Now let's jump to the Wednesday portion of the schedule. And again, you've got 2 games in progress. You've got 2 more starting here in the next 20 minutes. So yeah, you've got quite a few day games on the schedule on this Wednesday. Looking at the games that are in progress. At Nationals Park in D.C., the Nationals are being shut out by the Colorado Rockies 3-0. Washington has Abrams batting, facing a 3-ball, 2-strike count with the bases empty and only 1 out. Meanwhile, at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, the Tampa Bay Rays are trailing the Miami Marlins 3-1 with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning, and Miami has the bases loaded. Jacob Stallings is presently at the plate for the Marlins, going up against Zach Eflin of Tampa Bay. Those are the 2 games that are in progress right now. Again, that's the top of the 4th. Marlins in front of the Rays by a finals, or not a final score, but now it's 4-1 Miami, as they just scored another one. So there's an update. You've got 2 games coming up here in about 15 minutes. First up, you got the Kansas City Royals at 29-74 going up against the 50-51 Cleveland Guardians. Alec Marsh is the starting pitcher for Kansas City. He's a right-hander with a 0-4 record and a 6.20 ERA. The starting pitcher for Cleveland is Gavin Williams, also right-hander. 1-2 record, 3.74 ERA. First pitch is, again, about 15 minutes away at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time from Progressive Field in Cleveland. This game will be regionally televised on Bally Sports Kansas City and Bally Sports Great Lakes, and will also be broadcast to many parts of the country on the MLB network. All right, the projected weather is 87 degrees with winds at 12 miles per hour out to the center. Also getting underway in 15 minutes, you've got the 51-50 Seattle Mariners at the 54-49 Minnesota Twins. And it's righty versus righty in this one, as Bryce Miller will take the ball for Seattle. He's 6-3 with a 3.50 ERA. He will be opposed by Minnesota's Joe Ryan, 9-6 and a 3.88 ERA. First pitch is at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time from Target Field in Minneapolis. This game will be televised on Root Sports Northwest, Bally Sports North, and will be televised throughout much of the country on MLB Network. Game time temperature is expected to be about 86 degrees in the Twin Cities, with winds out to center at about 6 miles per hour. Sorry about that. I hand covered the camera there. Okay. An hour later, at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Time, it's the 56-47 Cincinnati Reds facing off with the 56-46 Milwaukee Brewers in a battle for NL Central supremacy. Ben Lively is the projected starter for Cincinnati. He's 4-5 with a 3.88 ERA. He's a right-hander, as is his mound opponent from the Brewers, Freddie Peralta, 6-8, 4.72 ERA. First pitch is at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Time from American Family Field in Milwaukee. This game will be televised on Bally Sports Ohio and Bally Sports Wisconsin. All right. Projected temperature will be 87 degrees in Milwaukee at first pitch, with winds out to left field at about 11 miles per hour. All right, the 45-57 St. Louis Cardinals will play the 55-47 Arizona Diamondbacks in the rubber match of their 3-game series. With Jack Flaherty on the hill for St. Louis, he's 7-6 with a 4.39 ERA. And he'll be opposed by fellow right-hander Zach Gallen of Arizona. 11-4 with a 3.18 ERA. First pitch is at 3:40 p.m. Eastern Time from Chase Field in Phoenix, which is about 20 miles from my house. This game will be televised on Bally Sports Midwest and streamed on the Arizona Diamondbacks website. It's projected to be 110 degrees in Phoenix. What else is new? Winds out to right field. Winds left to right field at 8 miles per hour. At 4:10 Eastern Time, we got a couple games getting underway. The first is the 56-46 Toronto Blue Jays and the 58-42 Los Angeles Dodgers. Yusi Kikuchi, left-hander, is the starter for Toronto. 7-3 with a 3.92 ERA. He'll be opposed by Dodger right-hander Tony Gonsolin. 5-3 record and a 3.94 ERA. First pitch is at 4:10 Eastern Time from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. This game will be televised in Canada on Rogers Sportsnet in English and on TVA in French, and will be broadcast locally in the LA area on Sportsnet Los Angeles. And then a couple hours down the 5 freeway, you've got 39-53 San Diego Padres. It's righty versus righty in today's pitching matchup. At 3-11 and a 4.77 ERA, taking the ball for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He'll be opposed by 0.72 ERA. First pitch is also at 4:10 Eastern Time from Petco Park in San Diego. This game will be televised across AT&T Sportsnet Pittsburgh, streamed on the San Diego Padres website, and will be televised to much of the nation on the MLB network. Much, if not all, the nation. Okay. Game time temperature in San Diego will be 83 degrees. Winds shifting left to right at 8 miles per hour. All right, and the remainder of the Wednesday schedule are night games. At 6:05 Eastern Time, the 62-39 Baltimore Orioles, leaders of the AL East, wrap up their series with the 54-47 Philadelphia Phillies. Kyle Bradish is the starting pitcher for Baltimore. The right-hander is 6-5 with a 3.05 ERA. He'll be opposed by Phillies left-hander Ranger Suarez. 2-5 record, 4.07 ERA. First pitch is 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. This game will be televised on MASN and NBC Sports Philadelphia. Game time temperature in Philly is expected to be 89 degrees. Winds out to center field at 9 miles per hour. About a half hour after that, at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time, it is the 52-49 Los Angeles Angels taking on the 46-55 Detroit Tigers. Patrick Sandoval is the starting pitcher for the Angels. He's a left-hander with a 5-7 record and a 4.16 ERA. He will be opposed by Detroit right-hander Michael Lorenzen. 5-6 record and a 3.49 ERA. First pitch is 6:40 Eastern Time from Comerica Park in Detroit. This game will be televised on Bally Sports West and Bally Sports Detroit. Game time temperature in Motown is 82 degrees, and the winds are going to be gusty too. In from the right at 17 miles per hour. And we may be dealing with some rain in Metro Detroit for this one. At 7:05 Eastern Time, it's Game 2 of the Subway Series with the 47-53 New York Yankees and the 53-48, or rather the 47-53 New York Mets versus the 53-48 New York Yankees. And one of these pitchers, if all goes well, will get their first victory of 2023. The Mets will send left-hander Jose Quintana to the bump. He's 0-1 with a 3.60 ERA. His mound opponent is also a southpaw, Carlos Rodon of the Yankees, 0-3 with a 7.36 ERA. First pitch is 7:05 Eastern Time from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, and this game will be televised on SNY and the Yes Network. Game time temperature in the Bronx is 83 degrees, winds right to left at 9 miles per hour. 5 minutes after that, at 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time, the 64-35 Atlanta Braves, owners of the best record in baseball, continue their series with the 54-47 Boston Red Sox. Right-hander Spencer Strider, who leads all of baseball in strikeouts, is the projected starter for Atlanta. He's 11-3 with a 3.78 ERA. His mound opponent is also a right-hander, Brian Bello of the Red Sox, 7-6, 3.60 ERA. First pitch is at 7:10 Eastern Time from Fenway Park in Boston, and this game will be nationally televised on ESPN. Game time temperature in Boston is expected to be about 83 degrees, winds out to center at 9 miles per hour. All right. You got two games in the 8 o'clock hour. First is the Texas Rangers, 59-43, hanging on to the lead in the AL West, and facing the hard-charging Houston Astros at 58-44. If Houston wins, there will be a tie atop the division by night's end. Both pitchers will be starting left-handers, as Andrew Heaney will be the pitcher for Texas. 6-6 record, 4.58 ERA. He'll be opposed by Houston's Framber Valdez. 8-6 record, 2.94 ERA. First pitch is 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time from Minute Maid Park in Houston. This game will be televised on Bally Sports Southwest and AT&T Sportsnet Houston. Now you can pretty much expect the roof to be closed at Minute Maid Park, because outside the game time temperature is expected to be about 92 degrees with winds out to left field at 9 miles per hour. Also at 8:10 p.m. Eastern, the Battle of Chirac, as the 49-51 Chicago Cubs battle the 41-61 Chicago White Sox. Trade candidate Marcus Stroman is on the hill for the Cubs tonight. The right-hander is 10-7 with a 3.09 ERA. He'll be opposed by another right-hander, Lance Lynn of the White Sox. 6-9 record and a 6.18 ERA. First pitch is at 8:10 Eastern Time from Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago, and this game will be televised on Marquee Sports Network and NBC Sports Chicago. Projected game time temperature is 88 degrees with winds moving right to left at 12 miles per hour. And the final game of the night takes place in the Bay at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time, as the 28-75 Oakland A's battle the 55-47 San Francisco Giants, and it's lefty versus lefty in this one. Hogan Harris is the projected starter for Oakland. He's 2-4 with a 6.11 ERA. His bound opponent is San Francisco's Alex Wood, 4-4 and a 4.99 ERA. First pitch is at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time from Oracle Park in San Francisco. This game will be televised on both NBC Sports California and NBC Sports area. Projected temperature in San Francisco at game time is 62 degrees, with winds out to center field at 14 miles per hour. All right, now before we go, let's take a look at the two games that are in progress right now. The Rockies are in front of the Nationals 3-1, with Washington coming to bat in the fourth inning. Meanwhile, the Marlins are hammering the Rays at the drop. It's 6-1 midway through the fifth inning. And then we have the Royals and Guardians from Cleveland and the Mariners and Twins from Minneapolis getting underway here very shortly. All right, so that is a look at the Monday and Tuesday MLB scoreboard and a look at today's schedule across the big leagues. And we'll do this all again tomorrow with a look at Thursday's schedule and your Wednesday recap. So join me for that. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and get notified every time I post a new vid. Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching and enjoy today's baseball action. Peace out.